Nung ma-establish po kami totally noong 2018, medyo hindi ganun ka-engage yung mga members po namin or yung mga officers po namin. Nung una po namin ma-establish yung homeowners namin, actually I am the president. Then doon namin na-realize na pagka-president, ang tingin ng mga kasama ko rin na officers, is ako yung may sole responsibility nung lahat na task sa isang organization. Minsan hindi nagpa-functions yung ibang officers. Nagre-rely lang na, kay Ting na yan kasi siya naman ang presidente.
Pwede ba yung katulad ko na senior citizen na? Sabi ko, okay naman. Sabi na, yes daw. Basta as long as you are a leader in any organization. So, nag-try ako. Umattend ako ng orientation. On that orientation, medyo nagkaroon pa ako ng inferiority complex kasi ang nakakasama ko puro mga presidente. Sabi ko, wow, puro sila presidente ng samahan. Ako secretary. Nag-iisa pa. Tapos yung sila, maraming grupo. Pero sabi ko, never mind, try ko ta lang.
Before I participate as a civil society organization, allergic po ako sa politics. Parang feeling ko po madumi and parang kahit anong gawin mo, yan pa din yon, walang magbabago.
Nagsimula ito sa tatlong inspirasyon. Number one, nang binuksan ng pamahalaang lungsod ng Pasig ang kanyang paggogobyerno sa mamamayang Pasigueño. We were inspired dahil prior to the opening of governance here in Pasig, through the participatory mechanisms, ay walang puwang halos ang mga civil society organizations dito sa Pasig. Pangalawa, are we ready for a meaningful participation? Na yung partisipasyon lang natin ay hindi lang yung maging bahagi tayo o present tayo sa mga local special bodies, kundi alam ba natin yung gagawin natin pag nandun na tayo. Yung pangatlo, ay hindi naman maikakaila na ang lungsod ng Pasig ay isa sa mga nakikitaan ng mabuting paggogobyerno, particularly participatory government. Meron kaming pangamba na beyond Mayor Vico, magpapatuloy ba ito?
2019 nag-start yung ganito naming ginagawa. Pero that time, hindi pa rin academy. Ang inaabot po namin nun is mga kabataan, mga youth na tinitrain namin sila para in the future maging isang kabataang leader ng pamayanan. Kasi hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman ng lahat na nag-try na rin si Coach Paul na mag-run sa politika last 2022 before magkaroon ng CSO Academy. Nung syempre hindi pinalad, first timer, nag-isip siya saan niya gagamitin yung talent niya. And nung nagkwentuhan kami, nabanggit niya sa akin na meron siyang gustong gawin. Nakita namin yung ganda na welcoming ang LGU ng Pasig, na makilahok ang iba't ibang sektor na galing sa pamayanan. Yun po yung isa talaga sa naging fuel ni Coach Paul nung binubuo niya ito. Nandito na yung panahon para tayo ay makilahok. So, kailangan maging handa ang hanay ng CSOs.
So, sa tulong ng mga iba't ibang institution, kinausap ko si Mayor Vico, pinresent ko sa kanya yung plano, yung konsepto.
Yung blueprint pa na ipinakita niya that time kay Mayor is sulat kamay. Yun yung may mga arrow pa kung paano namin gagawin yung cycle. Tapos, after that po, nakuha namin yung blessing ni Mayor. Sabi niya maganda, nakita niya yung picture, ano yung magiging resulta.
Nilabi din natin ito sa Rizal Technological University na kailangan namin ng mga subject experts na tutulong sa amin sa pagde-develop ng module at magpo-provide ng facilities kung saan gaganapin yung mga klase ng mga CSOs natin. At nagpaabot din ng kagustuhan na maging bahagi yung DILG Pasig Field Office. Sabi nila hindi kami kasama dyan. No? So doon nabuo yung 4 na pillars. No? Then eventually pumasok din yung pamantasan lungsod ng Pasig.
It all started, I think that was 2022. Right now, the faculty members are not only teaching, they are also required to give their extension programs, research, and also production. So they initiated this. They would like to give a training to civic society organizations, and particularly in the Pasig City. The process of proposing an extension program, we start with a needs analysis program. We ask them, how can we help the community? And we discuss that with our faculty, and then the faculty would conceptualize a program that will really benefit the community.
Si Sir Coach Paul Sinogat messaged me and asked me if I could attend one of the, it's like a panel discussion of the projects of the fellows of the PCCA. It was like thesis defense or the capstone projects of the fellows of PCCA. And I made some recommendations on the works of the students or the fellows there. And from then on, became a regular part of the PCCA. Siguro po ang masasabi kong isang kontribusyon ng pamantasan ng lungsod ng Pasig, binuksan niya ang kanyang paaralan, ang kanyang mga classrooms na naging espasyo ng talakayan ng mga fellows ng PCCA. Sa pagbubukas ng classroom, nagbubukas din ang pintuan ng demokrasya. So sa pamamagitan nito, mas napapaigting natin ang demokrasya within the communities ng Pasig. At pinalalakas din ito yung talakayan, ang matalinong diskurso at ang bukas na kaisipan at kamalayan ng ating mga mamamayan.
And in the draft Memorandum of Agreement, the DILG Pasig City was only to witness MOA signing. So Ma'am Vita will be there to just witness all of the partnership that's gonna happen. I immediately messaged Ma'am Vita because she was in the US that time, and I informed her of all the developments in that meeting, and she immediately said that, "Maan, wag kang papayag na witness lang tayo because we have so much to offer." And it was also an opportune time because in September 2022, we were expanding the local governance resource center of the DILG NCR.
The DILG Pasig Field Office helps monitor outcomes and provide policy support, linking the Academy's initiative to broader programs such as the DILG support to local governance program or the SLGP. We also see ourselves as bridge builders, connecting the Academy to other stakeholders.
Kung tunay na good ang governance, dapat inklusibo, dapat may pagkakataon na makalahok ang mga ordinaryong mamamayan, at madalas nagagawa nila ito sa pamamagitan ng civil society organizations na sila yung nakikilahok sa gawain ng pamahalaan. The first step, we believe, towards a high level of people's participation and a productive level of people's participation in the city government level is to give information to the people. Paano sila makakapag-participate kung hindi nila alam kung ano nangyayari sa gobyerno? Ano yung second step? Ito naman yung konsultasyon. And then from there, we go deeper and deeper until we have a very rich level of people's participation to the point of people empowerment and not just token participation. Kunyari, may irereklamo sila. Ano ba yung best way para mapakinggan sila ng pamahalaan? Kung meron silang gustong makita sa budget natin na maisama, may panukala sila, halimbawa, may programa silang gustong makita, paano nila gagawin? Na hindi lang basta sisigaw sila, hindi, maging produktibo, maging synergy yung efforts ng pamahalaan at ng civil society na magbubunga ito sa mas magandang serbisyo para sa mga Pasigenyo.
Sa pagiging facilitator naman, kasi kailangan yung daloy ng topic, mailabas mo siya eh. Ano talaga yung nasa sa loobin mo? Ano talaga yung nakikita niyong problema? Ano dapat yung dapat mong maging solusyon? Because pag nagreklamo ka, kailangan meron ka ring katuwang na solusyon eh, na ibibigay. So, tinuturo yan sa PCCA kung paano ang tamang pakikitungo, paano ka pagkilos mo, tinatawag na paano ka makaka-contribute do sa community, So, kung sino yung nasa dulo, sino yung tahimik, siya yung gusto kong tanungin. Tagang pinipilit ko siya magsalita. At sinasabi ko lagi na wala naman tama o maling sagot.
Si Coach Paul kasi, parang china-challenge niya kasi kami. Sabi ko gano'n sa mga kasama ko, gawin natin yung anong kaya natin. So, parang hanggang time na nagkakaroon na kami ng problema, na stress na, yung iba ayaw na. Tapos sabi ko, go lang tayo. Successful naman po kasi ang dami pong tao na umattend. And then, mas natuwa po kami kasi yung amin pong programa ay na-replicate. Kinuha po ng ibang HOA. Sa akin po na hindi sanay humarap sa mga tao po. Simula po nung umattend ako ng CSO, marami na po akong natutunan. Pati yung pakikipag-usap. Nagawa ko na po yung humarap sa mga tao. Ang laki-laki po ng impact. At saka leadership and volunteerism. Natutunan ko po dyan sa CSO na yan.
When I joined the Pasig City CSO Academy, I need to remove my hat as an architect. Kailangan kong magkaroon ng humility to listen. Nakita ko na marami pa akong kailangang matutunan. And for me to be better, for me to contribute more to my community, we need to humble ourselves. Kasi bawat experience ng isang fellow namin kasama, we are learning something from them. Like sa fellow namin may disability, sa fellow namin na homeowners association. Pag pinagsama-sama mo yung ideas, marami kayong solution na mabubuo. And at the end of the day, you will compromise kasi iniisip ninyo, we are doing this not for our own self, not for our self-interest, but for the betterment of our community.
Na-inspired po ako na mag-present ng sarili ko as a facilitator. Kasi nga, nakita ko yung potential ko din to handle people. So, doon ko po unti-unting dinevelop na paano ko pa i-upgrade yung klase ng leadership meron ako in terms of yung character, in terms of yung manner ng pagde-deliver ng salita. Then, nung 2023 barangay election, they encouraged me to run for Barangay Kagawad. And with the skills, leadership trainings I learned sa HOA, as well with the Pasig City CSO Academy, putting them all together, I was able to grab the 5th position as Kagawad.
We've seen growth in a number of leaders na nag-undergo ng training sa CSO Academy. In fact, some of them we engaged as facilitators sa participatory barangay development planning. Meron din sa kanila na sumailalim sa mga klase. Ang nakuha namin as facilitators nung kami ay nagsasagawa ng annual investment programming write-ups. Nagamit din namin yung CSO Congress proceedings ng CSO Academy as reference material sa pagsisimula ng discussions when we were writing the CSO proposals for the annual investment program. So, malaki-laki na rin ang naitulong ng CSO Academy.
One of the hurdles has been ensuring that the Academy remains inclusive and responsive to the diverse needs of CSOs. Some are well-established organizations, while others are small community groups still finding their footing. Aligning these varied capacities requires patience and continuous adaptation. There have also been resource limitations and constant balancing act between sustaining engagement and delivering quality capacity interventions. These challenges have actually strengthened our resolve and pushed us to innovate by refining modules, improving coordination among stakeholders, and even institutionalizing feedback mechanisms. More importantly, they reminded us that capacity development is not a one-time event, but a continuous drive of learning and collaboration.
It should continue to push the boundaries of CSO empowerment, but at the same time remain protected spaces, meaning bawal dito yung dinidiktahan ng local government units at papunta sila sa political na mga pangyayari. Kasi as CSOs, dapat they should be more doing community work rather than becoming partisan at that point in time.
it shouldn't just be a responsibility of the government. And our people cannot just do it alone. It should be systemic. It should be the whole of the nation working together to build a platform to create avenues for people to aspire, for people to dream bigger, and make them more relevant. More so, learning should never stop. It doesn't mean it should be a formal education. Learning should, while we can learn things through books, the real stories of our communities lies on the experience. We are at the course of doing module developments. We are at the course of thinking of the strategic direction of the CSOs. It is built on the foundations of the stories and the aspirations of our ordinary citizens who are organized through these civil society organizations.
More than just an initiative, this is about building trust. It is about championing the empowerment of local organizations, as genuine partners in governance and development. So through the PCCA, what we wanted is to send a clear message that real progress happens when people themselves are empowered to take part in shaping their communities.
Our long-term vision for the PCCA ay maging national model of participatory governance and people empowerment. Maging hub ito of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration kung saan ang local governments and CSOs learn, grow, and co-create together. We envision it as a center for excellence for citizen participation. Isa na tuloy-tuloy na nag-nurture ng competent, principled, and proactive CSOs who play a critical role in shaping inclusive policies and accountable institutions. And ultimately, ang PCCA represents what the OGP stands for. Ito yung a government that listens, a people that participates, and a society that thrives on trust, transparency, and shared responsibility. Kung ating citizens are capacitated, they become co-authors of governance. And together, we build communities that are not just governed, but genuinely self-empowered and co-owned by the people.